Welcome everybody to another Ravaged Battle Report, but this one's pretty special for two reasons. One, we got John here from War Budgies. John is one of our playtesters. He's played. How much have you played Ravaged? Putting you on the spot here. Any idea how many games?
10 or 15.
Yeah, so a bunch of games, enough to really have the basics down and to start to be able to feel what needs to change and how things need to improve. The second reason it's special is because we're playtesting the brand new faction, the Steel Specters, which are basically a criminal organization. They're space pirates, if you will. It's a good way to, that maybe oversimplifies it, but come on. Look at this dragonfly, this ornithopter, this dune vehicle. We'll call it what it is. It looks like that, and it's awesome, and I'm so excited to be able to play them. Normally, I would let John play these because they're brand new, but he actually brought in his own Veil Touch army that is all painted up and super awesome, so I couldn't resist letting him show those off and play them as well. And so these rules that I'm about to play for the Steel Specters are early alpha. By early alpha, I mean that I just made them, but we came up with some fun concepts which we're going to talk about. And so I don't expect this to be perfectly balanced. I don't know if it'll ever be perfectly balanced, but I just expect to try to get an idea of how they play differently than the other factions. And we've got some pretty cool concepts to go on. So without further ado, let's look at the armies and then the mission that we'll be playing.
We play and call it work.
We've got Yashara, Shepherd of the Damned, as our commander. So he's taking center stage here with the wings and the spear and all that. We brought 3 units of Sorrow Spides, units of 7 each. A group of 3 Abominations with their heavy artillery coming out of every possible appendage. A Dread Terror with wings, and an Assailing Devourer with these little Doc Ock murder arms.
On my side, we got the Steel Specters. We are currently running a frontier for these. If you're not familiar with what that is, it is a My Mini Factory equivalent of Kickstarter. If you don't know what My Mini Factory is a website that specializes in letting people sell digital STLs for 3D printing purposes. And so right now, if you go to MiniWarGaming.com/pirates, you can actually go and get these right now as 3D printable models and print up your own army. We will be shortly printing them as well in the Forge, so you can buy the physical models for those of you that do not have 3D printers at home. So MiniWarGaming.com/pirates, you can get them at a really good price right now. Once the frontier is over, they will be going up in price. So I've got 3 commanders in my army. I've got my Spectral Sniper Commander. There are a couple new special rules that this army brings in, a couple of new faction-specific ones called Ghost and called Disappear. So Ghost basically sometimes lets me disappear when I am charged and redeploy, whereas Disappear lets a unit go back into reserve if there's nobody else nearby at the end of their activation. So we'll be seeing some of that kind of stuff. So he's a Spectral Sniper Commander. Next up, we've got a Spectral Banshee Commander. So she's jumping around on her jetpack. Then we've got a Bladeburn Raiders Commander. This guy loves to kill characters and loves to disappear and is very stealthy. That's going to be a big theme, at least at this part of the Steel Specters, is all stealthiness. There are a lot of robots as well, which will be another one of the themes, which you'll see a little bit of here. Then onto my core, which I have a lot of. I've got a unit of Telrathi Enforcer droids. So robots who are running around with their little shotguns there. Got a unit of Telrathi drones flying around with their engineer, patching them up as much as he can. We've also got a unit of Bladeburn Raiders. These are very stealthy, close combat specialists. And then we've got these Spectral Soldiers with their bows, which can either do anti-armor tips or explosive tips, making them good all around, either against armor or infantry. And then we go on to our elite choices. We've got a unit of Telrathi Veterans. So the 5 of these are chonky dudes who like to hold objectives and put out a decent amount of firepower. We've got a unit of Spectral Land Skimmers. They're going to be flying around the battlefield, harassing the enemy. And then my personal favorite, we have got the Dragonfly, which is a bit of a gunboat. Likes to zip around the battlefield like a dragonfly and then destroy everybody with its rapid-fire Gatling cannons underneath there, unlike a dragonfly. So that is my army of Spectral Steel Specters. Oh, there's my words. We're going to be playing scenario number 7, Supply Drop. This one was one of our contest winner ones. Lower class hero submitted the original concept, and then I just jigged it up a little bit to match what it is we're looking for Ravaged Star. So, like most of the other scenarios, our deployment zones are opposite table edges. You can basically choose whatever you want, as long as your no man's land or your distance between the two are 24 inches. So we just decided to go for the easiest one, which is opposite table sides. And then for the objectives for this one, it's a little different than the other scenarios. You have one objective marker in the middle, and it is labeled objective number 1. And then at the start of rounds 2, 3, and 4, and there's only 4 rounds in total, whoever is losing, and it's a roll-off if you're tied, gets to place another objective with the number of the rounds, objective number 2, then 3, then 4 for rounds 2, 3, and 4. Anywhere on the table more than 3 inches from table edges, more than 6 inches from other objectives, and not in any deployment zone. And then scoring's pretty simple. At the end of every battle round, every objective marker is worth a number of victory points equal to its number. So the first one's worth 1, second is 2, third is 3, etc., etc. Also, you can score a bonus 2 victory points for destroying the most enemy units that battle round. And whoever has the most VP at the end is the winner. And if it's the same, it's a tie. And as you saw at the beginning, we're already deployed and ready to go. I got a lot of stealth in my army, so I'm not too worried about starting in the open. He doesn't have a lot of guns anyways. You're a very close combat oriented army. There is some. You got the abominations, of course. And does the Devourer have like a scream or something? I can't remember if he has a range.
He's got the arms. They have 8-inch range.
That's right. The arms can do a short range attack as well. So not much shooting on your end. It's more a close combat army. And we only have one objective so far, which is right in the middle. So we're just going to put our tokens in and start playing. But one thing I should point out, so the rules that we're working on to make this faction kind of different and kind of piratey is we're going to have a rule called bounties and bribes. And so the bounties will be a chart that of things that you can do to earn a bounty token. And every unit has a special rule that it gains when it has a bounty token on it. Or when they activate, you can spend that bounty token to boost the unit. So they can get extra boost tokens and stuff. So we have to kind of figure out how to balance that to make them interesting. I don't want it to be like if that you have to do the bounties, otherwise you're totally sucking. But if you do the bounties, you're just the same as everybody else. It has to be kind of like you're a little worse than everybody else, and the bounties make you a little better than everybody else. I don't want it too swingy that it's like you suck if you don't achieve the bounties, and then you're way too powerful if you do. So that's the trick that I'm trying to figure out exactly how to do that.
If you're playing pirates, you got to act like pirates.
Gotta act like pirates. Yarr. So essentially what you'll be able to do is there will be probably a table of like 10, I'm assuming, different bounties. And like for example, I'm going to be playing with 3 in particular, because you can either pick 2 or roll 3 randomly. So if you want to have control, you only get 2. And if you want to live on the edge, you get 3.
And we always live on the edge.
That's right. So the 3 that I have are kill a character. So when I kill a character, I'll gain a bounty token on that unit that killed it. Kill something that is large or huge. And the other one is take an objective that was owned by my opponent during that battle round. So if you basically owned an objective at the beginning of a battle round and I own it at the end, the unit that's contesting it gets a bounty token.
You might even say you steal it.
Yes, I plunder it.
Plunder.
I'm going to plunder, yar. So that's what I'm going to be doing over here. There are also going to be bribes, and these are going to work kind of like I offer my opponent some sort of bonus, and in exchange I get a bonus. But if he turns it down, then there's a different kind of bonus. And so but we're not going to play with that quite yet because I'm still working out exactly how that's going to work. So and I have enough stuff to test right here as it is.
Yeah.
So the bribes are more like an interactive thing that honestly could work for any faction, because the idea is that you get a bonus, but your opponent does too. So I'm not too worried about that being balanced, because your opponent can just say, no, thank you.
Right.
Unless we also have it that if he says no, something else happens. So, but it's going to be a careful thing that I got to make sure that it's something that actually is used and something that's interesting and something that's, I keep using the word balanced. I'm not overly concerned about the game being like stupidly balanced. Like, go play chess if you want that. I want it to be interesting and fun, and not super imbalanced.
Right.
There's got to be that kind of in between where it's like I want the 45 to 55% balance, not the 20 to 80% imbalanced.
As far as the basics go, we got the basics.
Yeah, basics are good. So this is roughly a 600-point army. Points costs have not been calculated perfectly for it, but it looks like about what a 600-point army is going to be. Enough talk, let's play. Got a couple of scout moves I got to do really first. The Spectral Sniper Commander is going to scout 6 inches, like that. And then we are going to move 8 inches for him. That's the unit leader, and the rest are just going to take the same position. That's where they end up afterwards. First token pull of the game.
Veil Touch, support. Come up to the front of that.
Salient Devourer is just going to do a run. So normally 8, so it moves 12. It's 1.5.
We'll lumber up to here.
Already terrifying the guys.
My core. All right, they are going to shuffle forwards in a writhing, screaming mass.
A unit of Sorrow Spites. You got 3 of them, which are all core.
Bale touch support. All right, we'll activate the abominations. They're leaderless, so we'll take the front guy, lumber him 4 inches forward, and move his friends up as well.
And then are you going to shoot?
We are going to take some shots right down this lane at these chunky guys.
So the veterans, yeah, I already mentioned to them off camera, but the Bladeburn Raiders right here have stealth 12, so you can't shoot them if you're more than 12 inches away. And characters, when they're near units, gain stealth 6.
Yep.
So 24-inch target is all these are, the other 2 are viable. So veterans are being targeted. So these are 3 shots each with blast. Blast gives you +1 shot per 2 models. There's 5, so that means you got 2 extra. So that's 5 shots each. So 15 shots.
15 shots.
Normally hit on 5s.
Yeah.
But you're at long range, so that's -3, so that's 8s. And they're in heavy cover, so that's another -1. So that's a 9. So you're hitting on 9s.
You're very hard.
Yeah,
very
just
far
hitting
away.
but they're damaged too, so that's really good at killing them. Ooh, look at all those. There's nothing that triggers, but it looks like you got it. Why don't you reroll that one?
Shame.
That's perfectly cocked in there. No,
that's a 7.
Okay. So I'm a 5-up save with Armored 1. The Armored 1 means I ignore 1 of your AP of the 2. So that's only AP 1. Heavy cover gives me another defense. So I'm just back to 5s. But they're 2 damage each, which means every failed 5-up is just a dead dude. So the abominations are scary. 1, 2, 3, 4 dead dudes! Yeah, so everybody but the unit leader. Now, they were brought below half for the first time, so that's an immediate leadership test. 5-up leadership. Pass. So it's not shaken.
Your commander.
Hey, I get to go! Activate my Spectral Banshee Commander, just do a run, because she can move 12. I'm going to be careful, though, and just kind of pop her up to here. I want to save a boost for my sniper.
Your core.
Activate my Spectral Soldiers. I'm going to move the unit leader 6 inches, and then the other ones just get placed around it. Measure the unit leader off camera. But the nice thing is you only have to measure the unit commander, and everything else you just plunk down around it in coherency. Second action, they are going to fire anti-armor tips up at your Sorrow Spites right here.
Rude.
But I changed my mind. I'm going to go Reaping instead. So we've got 10 shots hitting on 6s. Any 9 pluses are 2 hits. Okay, not too bad. Sorry, it should have been 7s to hit, but I didn't roll any 6s, so it didn't matter, because they're at medium range. 9 6-up saves. They're 2 wounds each, so how many did you just lose? Looks like 1, 2 of them die.
1, 2, yep.
Not bad as a start. 2 die, can't be the unit leader. Not enough to trigger a leadership test.
Bale touched. Core. All right, these Sorrow Spites can charge forward and kind of run into this little alleyway here. Try to get some cover and move up. And it's your core.
Wow, no boost tokens yet.
Not yet. There's 4 of them in there.
Yeah, it's not likely not to get them this far. I'm gonna activate the droids. They're going to do a move action to get within medium range of that unit of Sorrow Spites, which they're going to fire at. Back up for a second, because I forgot that the Bladeburn, or the crossbow guys, Spectral Soldiers, have Skirmisher, which means after they fire, they get a free move. So I'm going to move them over here, and I'm going to use that to basically... you know what? No, I don't want to block you from charging my commander next turn if you're able. So I'm just going to use it to reposition my guys back just a little bit. And maybe put the leader up there, but put my guys further back. And now I'm going to shoot the droid squad over at the same Sorrow Spites that were already injured. Medium range hitting on 7s, nothing special. They get point blank, which means they get more shots when they're close up to you.
It's not bad.
6-up saves, 1, 2, 3, 4 failed. 2 of them die.
Nice.
And that does bring you below half for the first time, so that is a leadership check. 6-up leadership. They pass, they're not shaken.
Support for you.
Ooh. I'm going to activate my Dragonfly, which is just going to do a move, which roughly gets it to here. Oh geez, the wings are really in the way. It's one of those awkward models, so I'll just kind of turn it, even though it doesn't look as good. And then it's going to fire its Gatling guns over at the Sorrow Spites. These guns really want to be in short range, because then they get way more shots. So it's just 5 shots at this range. It'll be hitting on 6s. Oh, actually, let me double check that. Yeah, 6s at this range, but 8 pluses are 3 hits instead of 1. So let me just reroll that one. It was cocked. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits.
8
at
hits.
AP1. Get a 7-up save against these because they're AP1.
7-ups.
So 1,
Not a bad dice roll either.
2,
It's 1 dead.
2.5.
Yep.
And we're both rolling high for hits and low for defense. So 2 of them die, and then you can just put a wound marker on the unit.
Yep.
Technically, it's on a model, but we don't really care because it's only the unit leader that really matters.
Your commander.
Oh, okay. Bring my Blade Burn Raider commander in. So he's going to redeploy as one action, and then he could take a second action, but he's not going to. You know what? He'll focus. So +1 to his next attack on this activation. Doesn't do anything.
Your elite.
Give me a boost! Where's the boost? We double checked. We did put them in. We activate my little skimmers, and they're just going to move up to there. Second action will be to shoot at your Sorrow Spites back there. That will not get cover. The other ones would. Otherwise, I'd shoot at them and try to bring them down. 9 shots, hitting on 6s, reaping 8+. So reaping will do 2 hits. Oh, that was a bad roll. AP 1, so 7 ups. 1 dies.
1 dies.
Anybody but the unit leader. And they're already below half, so they don't take out another leadership test.
My boost.
Hey!
Assaulting Trade Terror, we're going to take off.
So his boost is going to be Swift.
Swift. Unfortunately, no one's in range for impact. He can just smash into lines, but we're going to put him right up here on the objective.
Yeah, so 16-inch movement with that Swift, which lets you double your move when you run or charge instead of just 1.5. Someone has to be me.
And it is your boost.
Ooh. I'm going to activate my Spectral Sniper Commander, and I'm going to choose his boost, which is Redeploy. So he can redeploy, so I pick him up and put him anywhere on the table more than 8 inches from enemies. We're going to plop him back here, behind enemy lines. And then my second action will be to fire my sniper rifle into these Sorrow Spites. So his sniper rifle has 2 shots, hits on 3s, regardless of the range, because it has sniper. It also has precision, which means he ignores stealth. So hit on 3s, piercing 8+. So we go, I rolled a 2. Why does this game not have rerolls? But it is a piercing one, and so it's going to be AP 3 instead of AP 1. Yeah, on the Sorrow Spite, so that gives him an 8-up save.
8 up, come on.
Hey, I killed one. It's 3 damage, so it just murders another one. It does have stun as well, so you owe me a leadership check. Plus on them.
6 up.
Hey, they're shaken. While shaken, they cannot hold objectives. Now, you can get rid of shaken by boosting them, or just by at the beginning of their next activation to pass a leadership test. But it also lowers their leadership too. But if you keep your Inspire nearby, it'll ignore that. Next one has to be you.
And it is. Yashar is coming up.
Okay.
Redistribute our firepower here, because I don't know where the next objective is coming, trying to cover the board.
Well, and you've nabbed the one in the middle.
Yeah.
Which means you're going to get a point and I'll be losing, which means I get to position the second one.
Yeah, so Yashara is going to flutter hop in a very menacing way to arrive there. Unfortunately, she doesn't have a whole lot in the way of firepower outside of her stick, so that's it.
Yeah, that was just a run, basically.
Yeah, and it's going to be my core, which is my last unit, actually.
Our Spites are just going to run up behind Yashara.
Yep.
Nothing too crazy.
Her entourage.
Well, that's all of your army, so the next tokens will just be mine.
It is your boost.
Hey, I actually get to use both my boosts. I'm going to activate my Blade Burn Raiders, and one of their boosts is to disappear into the shadows, which means after they activate, they can go into reserve. So I'm going to activate them. Essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to move up, take a pot shot with their pistols, and then disappear. I'm not going to bother to move everything because I'm just going to be pulling them off the table. So go there within 12 inches with long range, and you'll have cover. So this is probably not going to do anything, but we'll try. So 10 shots hitting on 6s, but actually hitting on 10s. Because it's -3 for long range, because they're just pistols, so only 4-inch range. And then -1 because you're in cover. And so we need 10s. So symbols only, 0. And then we'll pull them off the table. And they will disappear into the shadows, coming off the table. Now they take the token with them to show that they've already activated. Normally it would have to be you next, but you're all done. So what's my next one?
Your elites.
Elite. It would be my Telrathi Veteran. He has to pass a leadership check because he is depleted, or below half. 6+, he's fine, so he's not shaken. If he was shaken, he can only take 1 action. But he's going to move up to here, and then... You know what? Oh no, if I kill that last guy, then I get 2 victory points for killing the most units.
That's true.
And then you would be losing, and I don't want you to be losing.
I don't want me to lose either.
No. No, I want you to be winning by 1 point.
Right.
So I'm going to instead just fire at the other Sorrow Spites. Perfect. Hitting on 5s, but medium range and cover means it's 7s. Reaping 8+. So we got 2 hits with Reaping 8+2. 1 normally, but you got heavy cover, so you're just back to your normal 6-up save, and you make them both. Last draw will have to be my drones because there are no more boosts, and that's all that's left to activate. Move. right up to here. We're just going to basically move block a little bit and then fire into those sorrow spites right in front of us. Up there and rat-tat-tat at short range. 10 shots in on 6s, reaping 8+. Oh, okay. 1, so 7 up saves.
Oh.
So it looks like 1, 2, 3 die.
Let's
take it.
Yep, take these.
And then take off that wound token.
And wound token gone.
Okay, that's a leadership check because it brought you below half. Next up. Oh, they are shaken. That is all of our activations. So you took at first I thought I was going to be doing poorly because your volley across the table spiked and killed 4 of my veterans.
Yeah, it did.
But then I just opened fire and almost destroyed 2 Sorrow Spite units.
I'm suddenly very low on Sorrow Spites very quickly.
Yeah, but your big guys can do a lot of work. So like those abominations can basically shoot at you. Once they get into short range or even medium, they can just kind of point and remove a unit. That's unless it's a really, really heavy unit. Either way, you grab the objective in the middle, so you got 1 victory point. No units were destroyed, so neither of us got the 2 victory points for killing more.
Yep.
And so the score is 1-0 for you, which means at the beginning of the next round, I get to place the objective, and I get an extra boost token for being the loser.
Drop supplies.
Hard choice where I should place this, because I want to place it on the one flank, because there's less guys, but then that dude alone can come in and wreck my day. I place it more in the middle, that's where your main push is. Into the side, same problem. So I think my best bet has to be 6 inches away from existing ones, 3 inches away from the table edge, and not in my deployment zone. So I'll put it right outside my deployment zone. Right there, and then we'll see what we can do. So let's pull the first token. Pull.
My boost.
Oh,
right off the bat.
No, not in turn 2.
Turn to Deliberation, we're going to give it to the Devourer, who is going to suddenly charge, loping across the battlefield, and smash right into this unit.
So his boost ability that you're choosing is that he gains Swift, so he doubles his movement for charges and runs, and he can attack with 2 melee weapons instead of just 1.
Yep.
So first off, how many automatic hits? Was Heavy Impact 2 or 3?
Heavy Impact 3.
Okay. Any impact hits just hit automatically. These are damage 2, AP 2. Damage 2 doesn't matter, but AP 2, 8 up saves. So right off the bat, kills 2 of them. I'll kill ones from the back because I don't want you moving even closer to me. Claws first, 3 attacks, hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s, reaping 7.
So any 7s will be 2 hits.
Oh.
So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits.
5 hits.
P2 makes me an 8 up save. So 1, 2, 3, 4 dead. So 4 and then just go down. The tendrils also hitting on, they're hitting on 4s, but 7s are better AP. Otherwise they're no AP. Look at you.
2 more 7s?
Yeah. So 1 hit and 2 at AP 3 instead of AP nothing. The regular one is 6 up. Fail it. Other 2 are 9 ups. Fail those, so 3 die in total. So those 3 die, and then you move in. Hey, I survived, but I do have to do a leadership test. Leadership's normally 6, but he's got a fear aura, so it'll become an 8+. So I don't think I have Inspire nearby. I rolled a 3 anyway, so I'm shaken.
You're over there.
Yep, 1 guy survives. He's shaken, but he survives. That's important because every battle round, whoever kills the most gets 2 victory points. Next one has to be mine.
And it's your commander.
I'm gonna activate my Spectral Banshee commander, and she is gonna be super brave and yell, YOLO! Or Leroy Jenkins or something, and she's gonna charge. So she's got fly, so she just ignores terrain and models. And she moves 8, so she can charge 12. So she's just gonna charge right into those Sorrow Spites and try to cut them down. It has an assault pistol, or whatever it's gonna be called, but it does have the assault, or special rule, which means she can fire it when she charges, with no modifiers, so no negatives for shooting into combat. And she can't hit herself. I had to clarify that in the rules. I realized, I'm like, oh yeah, technically if you roll 1s and 2s, you're supposed to hit yourself. 3s to hit. Oh my goodness. I'm glad I changed that rule. Her awesome sword is also 3s to hit, and is damage 2. It's reaping 8+, so 3s to hit. Oh my goodness. Well, no, that's okay. I got 4 hits.
That's not bad.
Saves. Just failed 2 of these. You failed 4 of them. Thank you. Hey, I destroyed a unit. It was not one of my bounties, though. It's to kill a character or large or huge, which, oof. I don't want to do that.
My support.
Ooh. Only abomination that has not activated are, abomination. The only support that hasn't activated are the abominations.
Yeah.
So
step up here to get some more bodies on the objective.
Yeah, because they can switch who's the leader partway through, and so they can change with the guy in front.
Yeah.
Who are they going to delete?
We've got some options here, don't we?
So you're going to split up their fire. 2 of them are going to fire into my skimmers here, and then 1 will fire into the veteran. Veteran first, hitting on 5s, but 8s are anti-armor and piercing. 2 8+s and a 5+. Yikes.
Nice.
Regular one first to pretend I might survive. And I do.
Nice.
Other 2 I have to pass are 9-up saves. Well, I made one of them.
It's close.
It's 3 damage, so you just straight up kill him. And the flesh render cannons, you'll be with blast, you'll have 8 shots total.
Hit on 6s?
6s at medium range. 7-up saves. So 1, 2, 3, 4 go through, and they are now damage 1, so 4 damage in total. Kills 1 and brings 1 down to 2 wounds. Next up,
My core.
activating the single Sorrow Spite, has to do a leadership test at -2 because he's already shaken.
Yep.
So need an 8+. Oh, you pass
there
it,
it
so
is.
you're no longer shaken. If you were shaken, you'd only be able to take 1 action instead of 2. And you wouldn't be able to hold objectives. Take advantage of that to do a double action and run onto the objective. You can pass through the abominations because they're not large.
Yep. You're elite.
Simple choice, just these guys, because that's all that's there. They're just going to also YOLO, but it's not totally YOLOing. It's like also just trying to make you make other decisions, try to keep you off the objective. Like if your Dread Terror decides to jump over here, that kind of thing. And what they're going to fire at is the hard choice. They have point blank, so at close range they have more shots. So I want to kill an abomination. It would be nice to start to bring them down. I'm not worried about your Sorrow Spite. I'm not going to one-shot your Dread Terror, so there's no point in starting attacking him yet. So you know what? They are just going to unload into the abominations. So we're looking for 5s to hit. 8s are reaping. 5-up saves because your armored 1 ignores my AP. Oh, tell me. Oh no. 1, 2,
here's a
3.
third one.
Oh, they have 4 wounds
Just
each.
enough.
Almost killed one.
Oh boy. It's your boost.
Yay! I think. Going to activate my Blade Burn Raider Commander. One of his boost abilities is to redeploy for free. So it was a trick. He wasn't over there at all. He was back here, and then as a double action, I'm going to charge. Basically like this. I know the Dread Terror hasn't gone yet, but now he's spoiled for choices. In fact, I'm going to charge over here, so if he comes for him, he goes off the objective. I got this, guys. This is a little dude with the little assassin blades. He actually has good anti-character stuff, but not if the character is large or huge. Hitting on 3s, reaping 8+. Actually hitting on 2s because we've got battle synergy coming from the Spectral Banshee Commander.
Nice.
So hitting on 2s, still reaping 8+s though. I rolled a 1 and no 2, so it didn't matter. And no 8+s, so we got 3 hits. Ignore 1 of the APs, so you got 6-up saves.
6 up.
Oh, all 3 go
nice.
through. It actually kills 2 of them, the one that was already injured, and then they're 2 damage apiece. Okay, and then I'll close that gap. Okay, I'll take it. Next one has to be you.
And it is not what I wanted. My core.
Core.
Stuck behind Yashara.
Yeah, and the unit leader is not within 9 inches of any unit to charge.
Yep.
And they can't pass through Yashara because she's large.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really just like a run, I guess.
They're basically just going to take a boring run move.
A 9-inch move for the unit leader, roughly about there. They'll be ready next turn to do something,
Yep.
as long as they're not dead.
Yep.
And that's not where you want to be with those coming down the hallway. Yikes. What do we got?
We've got your boost again.
Oh, baby! I'm going to boost the Dragonfly and give it Nova 2, which means
yeah.
it can fire twice, but it has to be at 2 separate targets. I already measured where it's going to go. I had contemplated going towards Ishara, but we're going to go and try to help the middle. So it gets to here, and then we're going to fire at 2 targets. And those 2 targets are not going to be the ones that are going to possibly hurt my own guy. So we're going to fire at the Sorrow Spite and at the Dread Terror.
Nice.
At point blank range against the Sorrow Spite, it'll be 10 shots, hitting on 5s, reaping 8+. All right, we got something. 7-up saves, and it's dead.
2 failed.
So it kills that 1.
He can show himself out.
And then we got the other shots not at point blank range at your Dread Terror. These will be hitting on 7s from range and cover, and an 8s will still be reaping. So we got 2 hits. Up saves. 1 goes through. Has to be you next.
And it's Yashara.
Ooh. Man, I wanted a chance to go with my drones before you killed them. Here comes Ishara.
Yep. Sweeping in. We're going to crash into the side of this formation. We have the heavy impact.
2 heavy impact hits. So I have an 8+ save against those. So you kill 2 of them right off the bat. All right, it's a good start. You're gonna do a scything attack because you want to hit more stuff. So 5 attacks hitting on 3s.
Yep.
And then 8s are 3 more hits.
Really hoping for 8s.
You get some.
You got 2 of them, nice.
P1 on these, so I get 7 up saves. Yikes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more die, and that's stun. So I have a leadership check, and you've got fear, so it'd be 8+. Oh, I'm not. That's good. But it doesn't stop a bunch of them from dying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Commander for you.
Well, I'll activate my sniper commander, who will try to shoot a little bit into your Dread Terror. And I'll focus first, so I'll be hitting on 2s. 8+ is our piercing. So they both hit. 2 5-up saves. 1 goes through for 3 damage.
Whoop, taking him down to 4.
Yeah, probably gonna give him 1 more attack. He has a boost that gives him extra attack against characters, but I feel like just regularly he should have 3 attacks.
Your core gets to go to death.
I'm gonna try to shotgun to death your Dread Terror. I was wanting to activate him and try to not shake and then be able to disengage and then fire this way, but he's gonna be stuck in combat there. So we're gonna activate them. We're gonna get up to point blank range because they have shotguns, and we're gonna fire at your Dread Terror. Point blank range into your Dread Terror. At this range, I got 20 shots, which is like the max that you should most likely ever have in a game. There's some ways to get more with blasts and stuff. Hit on 6s. Oh, sorry, 7s because you're in cover. So I got 4 in the first volley. 5, 6, 7, 8 total. 4 up in heavy cover. 1, 2, good thing you had heavy cover. You'd be dead without it. Down to 2 wounds. Oh.
He's just barely hanging in there.
But that is a leadership test because he was brought below half.
Yes.
5 up leadership.
Come on.
Oh,
Yes.
you're lucky.
It's my boost.
Ooh.
For my...
So he's gonna, as a boost, take Swift and Heavy Impact. The Swift isn't necessary for what he's about to do.
He
Heavy
flies.
Impact 3.
So he goes very, very high and swoops down to tangle with you in midair.
And smashes into them. 7 up save against those impacts. 2 go through, killing 1 of them. Kills the 1, injures the next one. Hit on 4s, 8s are reaping. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 4 reaping piercing 1, so AP 3. It means I have a 8 up save. And he's dead. Tried. Well, so much for my bounty of taking an objective away from you.
Your core.
You're done activating, so I'll just activate this one. Try a leadership test first. I have to roll a 10 for this, because it's going to be -4, because you got the fear, which is -2, and I've also already shaken, so that's another -2 for trying to shake out of the shaken.
Be brave.
I rolled a 9.
It's close.
It's very close, but not enough. So I only get 1 action, so I'll just attack. 1 attack, hitting on a 5. I miss. Critically. You're all done activating, so really it's just whether you draw my boost or not.
Yep, and we get your core.
So off the table are my Blade Burn Raiders, and so they are going to activate and come onto the table. So we're actually going to pop them up all the way over here, with the plan to drop the next objective over here as well, really trying to draw you and pull you thin. Hey, I got my last boost. That's good. I'm going to put it on them and give them the redeploy boost ability. And I'll redeploy, and then I can bring 2 of them back with the engineer. We're going to actually pop all the way back. No. Here. We're going to come back here, behind enemy lines, and then I'm going to repair and bring back 2 drones. The single action, they redeploy. Another single action, she's healing. She's got heal 2 on the drones. And that is the end of the round. Ooh, this is interesting. I'm popping all over the place, which is providing some challenge for you, but you're able to kill me. Now, if I had managed to finish off that Dread Terror, which was close, I think that the game would look very different. That the Dread Terror being able to go in and basically take care of something else is worrisome. So it's really going to come down to the order of the drawing for next turn.
Yeah.
So I hold the objective back here. It's worth 2 points. So it makes the score 2-1. You hold the one in the middle, which makes the score 2-2. And you killed more than me. Mm-hmm. So the score is 4-2 in your favor.
Yep. Which
means I still get the extra boost, and I get to choose where the next token goes. But you're keeping up that momentum of keeping the points, so.
But that objective is about to be worth 3 points.
Right, and then the next one's worth 4. The next objective is going to be dropped close to your deployment zone, because I'm cheeky like that. Number 3.
Right in my back lines.
Right in your back lines. I'm trying to take advantage of my mobility here, because I definitely don't have the survivability, which is kind of how I was envisioning these guys. Okay, remember, the new faction has to win so we can sell more. To draw my token next. That's... we're listening.
Nope.
Activate the abomination to try to kill my Blade Burn Raider commander.
I need all these to be 8s.
Yes, hit on 4s, 8s are reaping. Well, you got 2 hits. We're piercing though, so AP 4, so 9 up saves. Reroll that one. They both fail. So 2 damage each.
2 damage each.
I lose half my wounds. Okay, now before you draw, there is the once per game ability that I can say I'm going next. You have this ability as well.
Yep.
The other once per game abilities that when you draw a token, if it's yours and you don't like it, you can swap it for another as long as it's not a boost token. Mm. And I just feel like we're at such a critical part of the game that I definitely want to go next. But at the same time, it doesn't matter which would go next because I have lots of options on each.
You do have a ton of options.
Yeah, it's because for you to do it, you might, because you have one of each, you won't know that going next will actually get you what you want.
Right.
Whereas for me, it's commander, core, or support, and I would be happy with any of those. Although least happy with commander. No, that's not true because my commander could finish off your Dread Terror. So I am going to use my once per game.
Okay.
To force draw for me next. So go ahead, just keep drawing until you get mine.
Right off the bat.
What'd you get? A core. That was the least interesting. I'm going to activate my droids. They're going to move to here, and then we're going to fire at your Dread Terror. 20 shots in on 6s. Here's the first 10. 4 hits so far. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits in total this time.
This game's easy. You just roll really high on the dice.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Fail 2 5-up saves for me, will ya? Oh no! Oh,
there you go.
Just barely. Oh, I saw everything before that. We got them, which actually means we achieve a bounty.
Yes.
And I get my first bounty token on them. So a reminder, because we haven't done this yet, when they get a bounty token, while they have that bounty token, it activates another ability. When in their case, it's healing themselves. They can bring back 2 models. And I can choose, right now I have the rule that when they activate, they can choose to boost instead using that. But it follows all the same rules for boosting that your opponent would then go next. Not sure if that part is too powerful, but it's something. Are you thinking about forcing draw so that you have to go next?
I'm thinking about it because, not necessarily that I have anyone in mind to go, but I'm looking at the people you could have go.
Yes.
And I don't like those.
You don't want me to draw a support.
No, I really don't want that.
No. Because then I could go up and rat-tat-tat something down.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's up to you.
And I don't want her to get away from me either.
Yeah, her just fly away. Go in there, kill a bunch of stuff, and then fly away. Fly away.
Yeah.
Fly
I think
away.
I'm going to have to use mine.
Okay, so you have to go next.
To make sure that we...
So draw until it is you.
All right. Right off the bat.
What'd you get?
Boost.
A boost?
Sorry, I didn't hold it. Boost. All right, Yashara is about had enough, so...
So what's her boost ability?
Her boost ability, the one we're going to use, gives her Swift and Bloodthirsty.
So Swift, double movement for charge, and Bloodthirsty, if you kill something, you can immediately charge again, but you only charge your regular move.
Yes, so her plan is to swing in here and try to attack your Spectral Banshee. And if she's successful, and the whole plan kind of hinges on this, she will then Bloodthirsty charge the Dragonfly.
Yeah, you're within 8 inches, so you can. Right off the bat, 2 6-up saves. They both go through, doing 4 damage total. You've just taken out half of her health. Good. Gonna do the piercing attack, so 3s to hit, piercing 8+.
Really need to see 8s on this one.
Well, you
there
did.
We go.
Yeah, you got 1 hit and 3 piercing. P4 in the piercing, so I have an 8-up save. And the 2 of them go through and kill her. You did part 1 of your 2-step plan.
Yep.
Second step is now charge my Dragonfly.
Give her the angry wings.
So heavy impact first. Got 2 7-up saves. Both go through for 4 damage. I'm down to 6 wounds already. Piercing strike again. So hitting on 3s and 8s are piercing.
Yep.
Okay, no 8s and only 3 hits. That's enough to kill it, but we'll see. Got 8-up saves against these. I've got to fail 2 of them for you to kill my Dragonfly.
Fingers crossed.
You did it.
Nice.
Okay, do I explode? The 3-inch explodes. The only thing will be Ashara. So I'll roll 10 damage or 10 dice because that's how many wounds it has. Every 9+, it'll do damage 1, AP 2 because it's large. So 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
Ignore both of those APs because you're armor 2. So 5-up saves.
5-up.
And you are fine. Well, yikes. My only happiness is I think you weren't able to get close enough to that objective, but we'll double check. Nope, you are in range. So you got that objective. So I don't know, man. This is going to be a tough one. Has to be me next because he boosted.
Oh, it's you, all right.
Ooh, it's
Easy
a boost.
boost.
I don't know. I don't know if I can bring this back though. You're starting to really kill me. I'm going to boost my Bladeburn Raider Commander, which I'm going to give him the redeploy for free action. But I'm going to do that at the end. So I'm going to focus first. Then I'm going to attack the Abomination. Then I'm going to redeploy. Choose to hit. Reaping 8. Well, the boost helped. I got 4 hits. 6 up saves. Fail 2 of them for me, please. Thank you.
There we go.
Kills the Abomination.
Fun,
4
buddy.
damage in total. Well, the Abominations hit hard. And now I will redeploy. Went to the other side of the table. He's just zipping around. You have to be the next one to go?
Yep.
Whoa, what'd you get?
Core.
Gore. Unfortunately, the Sorrow Spites don't really have any targets, and even running won't really do much for them.
They've just been running around this whole game.
Yeah,
They've
they're
not
like, we'll get
attacked.
there. We'll get there.
Leader, shove his buddies out of the way. And we're going to make a move for the center.
Yeah, it'll still be under my control, thankfully. But yeah, now I have to worry about them next turn.
Yep. This is my boost.
You're boosting this guy, which won't really do anything.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't really use, or my strategy, as much as I have one, isn't going to use the boost for much, but he's going to activate anyways.
And then?
We're going to bulldoze this one poor fool with his hand crossbow who looks way cooler than I do. And we're going to throw some lash tendrils at these guys.
So essentially you're coming from here and you're ending up right here. So you can just move my guy out of the way.
Yep.
Because when you bulldoze, you can displace and you can impact. So when you displace, the unit leaders just push the minimum distance away. And then you choose one unit that you bulldozed or like that you basically displaced or hit, and they can take your heavy impact.
Yep.
Get hits 3 times, AP2. He's dead. So they crush through the poor little guy. And then his lasher, or his tendrils basically, into the robots, the droids. On 4s, 7s are piercing.
3 attacks.
1 hits, but it is piercing.
Wow.
And plus save, you kill 1. So there are 9 left. Optical illusion, there was only 9 there to begin with, but there's supposed to be 10. So we'll just leave them at 9. All me from now on.
And it's your boost.
Ooh, good. I'm going to boost my Sniper Commander and use his anti-character ability, which ups his attacks by 1, gains crushing and piercing, and fire at Ishara after focusing. Essentially, after all is said and done, with Sniper Precision, blah, 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 I'm hitting on 2s, and 8 pluses are damage 5, AP 5.
8s are scary. I don't want to see any 8s.
No. Well, I got an 8, but in
You got
exchange, I got a 1. One of them is just a 5-up save.
Come on.
Failed that
Oh.
one. That's 3 damage.
That doesn't
And then
bode
the
well.
other one is AP 5, but you ignore 2 of those, so it's an 8-up save.
8 up. And this is the scary one, right?
This is the 5 damage
Come
one.
on, Ishara.
Oh, 8 damage in total. So she's what, down to 4?
She's down to...
2 leadership tests, one because the weapon is stunned, and the other one because you're brought below half. Both 3-ups. You fail either of these, you're stunned, and you're fine.
Broke.
Yeah, geez, you could have been a core unit, you would have passed. What else do I got?
Another boost.
Yay, and it has to be me because you're all done.
Yep.
It actually doesn't matter who I give this to because essentially neither of their boost abilities are going to do anything for me. So I'll just activate these guys and we're just going to move onto the objective, but barely. We want to stay safely away from all your guys.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, and then I know that the next thing has to be a core, it'll be them, so I'm going to heal 2 more of them and then we'll take some pot shots at your Cyro Spites. 2 back, I'm just going to move to get within 16 inches of the Cyro Spites. And then the 6 guys left hit on 7s at medium range. 8s are 2 hits. 1 hit.
Shot.
AP 1, 6 up. All right, do 1 damage to one of them. Okay, so that's everybody. I'm really nervous about this next part.
Yeah.
Because we're about to tie up the game. So the score is 4-2 for you. And you killed more, so
Yep.
you get another 2 points. So you're up to 6. You're holding this objective.
Yep.
So you're up to 8. And so it's 8-2. Wait, no, you're going to be in elite. Oh,
I am.
shoot.
I've screwed up my mental math, yeah.
Yeah,
wasn't
because it's
counting
4-2, and you gain 4 more points. So it's 8-2. I'm going to gain that point, so
Yep.
8-3. And that point, 8-6.
8 to 6.
Oh
So
boy.
you're closing in pretty quick.
Yeah, and so the last turn, the last objective will be placed, and it'll be worth 4 points.
And you get to place this
And
one,
I
too.
get to place it, and I get an extra boost.
Oh.
So I just got to survive, and oh boy, okay,
I now have to dislodge you.
yes.
Yeah.
After much deliberation, I've decided to put the other objective right here. You're gonna have a hard time holding lots of objectives, and but still, It's a close game because you're up by 2 points.
It's tense.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, so we're gonna put it there and just hope for the best.
Yeah, there's smoke and hamsters and all sorts of stuff going on up here.
Yeah. Both of us have used up our interrupt, so it's just whatever is drawn is drawn. So what is it?
Your boost.
Oh, baby! I think that might close the deal.
Yeah, might.
Yeah, I got to go for another snipe on Yashara and try to finish her off.
Otherwise, she's going around that corner to hold that objective.
Yeah, if I kill Yashara, that's pretty much game.
That is pretty much
you
game.
won't because you won't be able to kill more than me, and you definitely won't be able to hold enough.
Right.
On 2s,
No
but
8s.
8s are stupidly deadly.
I'm staring him down. No 8s. Oh, there's an 8.
Once again, I did a miss for you though. Which one do you want to roll first?
We'll roll the little one first.
Because this one will just kill you straight up.
Right.
So little one first. You don't even care about its AP.
No, we're just going to drag out
So,
the tension.
so yeah, there you go. 5 up save for the little one.
For the little one.
Oh,
Go.
good thing you rolled that for the little one. You got 1 wound left.
I have 1 wound.
Okay, so for the big one, it's AP 5.
AP 5.
And you got armor 2, so you need an 8 up. If you fail this 8 up, you're dead.
Brand new
You
dice.
got a new die, because that's how that works. Ready? 8 up, or you're dead.
Oh!
Yashara goes down. Right through her wing, right through her skull. She slumps to the ground.
Beautiful shot.
Yeah.
Now,
I think at this point we can call it, right?
Yeah, this one's yours.
Yeah, because you can't even get a tie anymore. Because first it was like if you kill this unit and I don't kill anything, then you get 2 points for the kill and 3 points for objectives, and I only get 7 more points, which would bring us to a tie.
Yeah.
But now that Yashara is dead, killing this unit won't get you those 2 points anymore.
Yep. So I'd have to come kill you, which means I'm leaving objectives.
I don't think you can come kill me there. I think you're too far away to even charge.
Yeah.
So the pirates have found a way to sneak around and outflank, and even to the end, they killed a lot. Although I have to say, if you're actually looking at what's left on the table, you've got more wounds on the table than I do. Because most of my stuff is just core 1 wound dudes.
It's an impressive debut for the Steel Specters, though.
Yes, they had to win by sneakiness, which is kind of what the whole point of them is.
Literally a shot in the back is what got you the game.
That's right.
That's such a pirate thing.
That's a pirate thing. Arr. And I got a bounty on my commander now too, but that's okay. I am interested in bringing in the bribe mechanics where I try to get you to do certain things in exchange for certain things. And that would be fun to see if we can make that work.
Yeah.
And trying to make this faction feel a little more unique. I'm also looking forward to all the many other units, because on the table are 10 different units for the Steel Specters, and there's something like close to 25 total.
Total?
Yeah, so which is like roughly the same size as the Gorkog and the Amari factions. And so there's a lot more to them, and there's a lot more support, there's a lot more vehicles, there's a lot more elites, there's a couple more core, there's a lot more commanders. Like, you haven't even seen half the army on display here. So I'm really looking forward to writing the rules for them. And of course, tons of play testing still. If you're looking at anything thinking that was overpowered or underpowered, then you might be right, you might be wrong, depends, because dice are dice too.
Yeah.
And
We've had some weird dice rolls today too.
Yeah, the very first round, we were hitting easy and not defending. And so it's been all over the place, which is what dice are supposed to do. So I hope that you enjoyed that. Remember that the Frontier is running right now. You can get the STLs and 3D print the Steel Specters yourself. Go to miniwargaming.com/pirates. It'll redirect you there. And they're available right now. So like if you go, it's not like a Kickstarter where you do it and then like a few months later you get it. It's like, no, you back it, you get it immediately. And if we do any updates, then of course,
this could be you right now.
This could be you holding a model of your own. And we will 3D print them as well. So you can buy them from the Forge and whatever else we do, but we're not quite ready to do that yet. But we will very, very soon. So if you don't have a 3D printer, sit tight. We'll get them to you very, very soon. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks, John, for the game.
My pleasure.
Happy wargaming.